Something, man.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Fearsome Foursome Volpe and Bazzo Report. I'm Dominic Volpe, your co-host. Andy, welcome to another
Dominic,
show.
how are you? We got a whole crew today.
Everybody's back from their Florida, Aruba, Puerto Rico trip.
All I know is, you and I are fashion plates compared to these two.
Yeah.
We got a guy here not wearing any socks.
Yeah.
No socks.
And then we got another one.
And then we got another guy here wearing Argyle socks.
Which are very nice looking.
With a checkered shirt.
I used to see those socks on Wonderama growing up.
You know what?
Those are cool.
My wife bought
He's gonna blame it on his wife.
They're called happy socks.
It only proves.
And they make me happy.
It only proves that you really are heterosexual. Because nobody gay would ever dress like that. It does not happen.
See these shoes? Look at these shoes. Come on.
You need to move to Vermont with those shoes.
But now,
All right, so wait. We got three orders of business.
Right. First of all,
You got 2 orders of business.
We have a fan of fans.
Yes.
And Dominic, you can.
This is a shout out to Marianne McCara.
Of what city?
Of Peekskill.
Okay.
Who we just met this week.
Finally.
Finally, Andy met her, I met her.
We love you, Marianne.
We love you, Marianne.
Yes, we do.
We love all your
can look for
comments.
her comments
especially
on
the thing about we're the best half
We
hour.
have one fan.
One fan. Actually, no, there's 2. Me and Andy watches this program.
That's right. We watch it too. Yes. But apparently, your wife doesn't watch it.
My wife does not watch it. No, the other night it was on. And
She sees them all day. What does she have to see them on
we're
TV
sitting on the
for?
sofa, and she's clicking along, and the show was on, and she goes, "Hey, look, you're on TV."
And then boom.
And then she just click, and she keeps moving right along until she gets to Bravo.
And then Tommy won't watch. Tommy doesn't watch it. He says I yell too much.
He has enough of that
What a
in real life.
surprise.
But what I found out, Brian's wife Christine.
We watch it together.
They watch it together because they download it to YouTube.
Free,
and
yeah.
apparently, when they're watching it, they
not
touch
true.
themselves inappropriately.
Oh, really?
It's a turn on for
It's
them.
like the Johnny Carson era
Right.
was way back in the late 60s, 70s.
Our
80s.
show
It's
is
foreplay.
responsible for their baby daughter Reagan being
right?
conceived.
So make sure you guys give intermittent.
And by the
looks at
way,
camera.
what is this? Happy birthday, I believe.
Oh yes,
goes
we
out?
also have a happy birthday to Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Happy
Now, just
birthday.
to
Now, wait a minute.
Happy
there's
birthday.
a little confusion, though.
Yes.
What is your true birthday?
May 5th is my birthday.
Then why do you have it
I
on
guess
your-
on Facebook it said May 2nd.
May 3rd. You're
Or
May 2nd.
I don't
No,
know how
May
that
3rd
happened.
today.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Today's the 2nd.
Must have been the Russians.
It's fake news.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fake news. Fake news.
They hacked into his Facebook
And,
did.
account.
They changed it.
and if you look at him,
So your real birthday's
he's
today?
actually
No, it's Friday, May 5th.
Oh, May 5th.
Cinco de Mayo.
Why
baby.
are we singing?
Cinco de Mayo. Come on, get your Spanish
Even
roots. Let's
though-
go.
Mexican.
even though he looks older, he's only 37.
Right.
I'm not
He's
37
just,
yet.
He's just led a bad life. Now you'll notice that Darren is not shaved.
I did not shave.
That's Darren. That's Brian. He didn't shave because he wanted people not to know the difference between him
That's right.
and Brian.
Although our comments, they might figure it out.
That too.
Andy, I am tired of people saying the fat, unshaven guy. So I want to be the good-looking, scruffy guy.
See, that's why I keep
Right
the
here.
mustache and goatee.
Right here.
So I'm not the fat, unshaven guy. That's why it narrows down the field to one.
I'm the scruffy guy.
Yes, you are. Now,
Okay.
now
And
also,
you got your shirt open there.
now, this is the show's going to end very shortly because
Yeah, it
for
will.
the next 20 minutes,
Right.
we are going to play highlights from Sunday's Met loss of 25-3
The debacle in
It was
Flint.
23 to 5.
23-5, and Friday night's Rangers lost.
Yeah,
We're
but-
gonna-
Well, they're actually
but-
playing tonight, but,
But they're already winning right now, 2-0 at the end of the first.
nobody
intermission.
cares about hockey.
Yes, they do.
this is May 2nd.
Is hockey still going? Because it's awfully warm outside.
Well, did I ever tell you how hockey came to be?
That's probably preferred.
The history of hockey, why they're so stupid, these people. The hockey was invented to compete against baseball. Yes. And the problem was that first season, all the players drowned until they realized you can only play it in the winter.
And that's why it took it so long to establish
That's why
itself.
it took it so.
So that's why we beat the Soviets in the Cold War. Why Canada was never a power.
And that's why
stupid.
that's why the Polish water polo team disbanded. All their horses drowned.
Well, speak of despicable incompetence, why don't you say something about the Speaker of the United States?
No, you were not here last month.
Can
I'm
we-
going to let you start.
Well, wait a minute.
off.
Can we pick
Hold
also,
on.
while we're doing it, can we say how Trump really idolizes Kim Jong-un from North Korea?
He invited
I
him
idolize
over.
him too.
He's honored to meet
Fat
him.
and happy. He's got
I
nukes.
think-
What's not to like?
I
know.
think when you're,
Yo.
you go to meet somebody like that, you don't call their kids ugly in your house.
Okay.
You leave it alone and
Right.
do what you're going to do.
Oh, so you wait until he leaves, then you call him
Then
ugly.
you'll call him ugly.
Oh, okay.
But you're not going to. I find it's a non-issue. That particular.
Well, I
thing.
think he's got his own intelligence community up in arms.
That they don't.
The Clinton administration gave his father a basketball from Michael Jordan signed as a gesture of goodwill that they wouldn't have nukes.
The Obama administration gave him Dennis Rodman.
They should have kept them. Clinton was given basketball.
And then the North Koreans ate them.
Yeah, right. That and bark.
Yeah, but wait a minute. With all due
You know,
respect,
they do eat dog in
they-
in South Korea too.
Well,
It's still
yeah.
legal. They can actually eat
but
dog.
in Men in Black, we found out that Dennis Rodman is one of the Martians, so at least we know where he's coming
That
from.
explains a lot. Too.
But the reality, I know they eat dog.
You're talking about the North Koreans.
Yeah, I know the North.
Well, both Koreans.
South Koreans also.
Yeah.
They also.
Not a lot.
Well, they're
I know.
starving. The
Not
Northerners
every
are
South
starving.
Korean eats dog.
I mean,
it's just that
think
it's
about
culturally
this.
on the
Their
menu.
big cultural contribution to cuisine of the world is kimchi, which is
kimchi.
kimchi, which is buried in the ground until it stinks like a rotten egg, and then it's good enough to eat.
It's hot. Have you ever had it?
No, I smelt it once. I have a customer that's Korean.
I went to Korea, and I went there for 10 days.
Our side?
On a State Department. South Korea, I swear. It's
Yeah, because if you went to
You
North
never know
Korea,
with him. He might have been. in the
No, if
North.
he went to North Korea, they would ate him too. Look at all that meat.
Look at me.
Those guys, you
that
could
wasn't scruffy.
That'd be a whole province that
You
he
could
ate.
have fed the whole army. You could have fed the whole army of North
I
Korea.
was at, it was a State Department exchange program, and I went over to South Korea for about like 10 days. And it's a fantastic country. It's a great culture.
Well, my
wonderful
Uncle
people.
Mike was stationed there.
Courtesy of us.
But the food is hot. The food can be real hot, real spicy.
So in other words, it's so bad they've got to put the spice in order to
Right?
make it just
And they, eat,
edible.
and they don't separate. You know how over here in the United States we have like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes.
Different foods for breakfast, lunch, dinner. In Korea, they sort of eat very similar food for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. There's not a really strong separation. Like you'll see them at breakfast eating like hot noodle soup. And you're like, wow, that looks like what you had for dinner
Right.
last night.
And it
But
was.
there's not a strong separation.
We call it leftovers.
We,
But I'll tell you, want to know what's spicy? And Tommy and I discovered this food when I was still working in the city. We never had it before. Thai food. And there was a restaurant in the village. It may still be there down in Sheridan Square, Dustin Thai.
All right, so
And that has got a spice to it.
we're going to introduce something from now on. Let's do this. Not to cut you off, but I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, sure.
Pet peeve of the week or the month. Go
Oh
ahead.
my God, we don't have enough time.
Go ahead. Come on. Very
I-
quick. All right, you start. Pet peeve of the week or the month.
Well, I can't stand this new thing. I think it's new. I think a lot of things annoy the hell out of me. But people are saying now, this term deep dive?
what?
We did a deep dive. Like you hear reporters or researchers saying it basically means they looked into something, they did a lot of research on something.
gotcha.
So they're starting to say, like the people that did the Clinton book, they're doing deep dives and everything. I'm
Oh,
just
so
like,
that's a new lingo
just
term?
shut up. You
Okay.
did your job as deep dive. That's
All right,
what
what's
it
your?
is.
They can't
I know
talk
Paul
about
Ryan
left
was
eye.
on. Andy, I know Paul Ryan was on your mind. Go ahead.
No, he wasn't on my mind. I'm not worried about this budget.
Okay.
This budget reconciliation.
Right.
It's still Obama's budget and
It's
the
not
last
like you to toe
Congress.
the party
Whoa,
line,
whoa, whoa,
which
whoa,
you're doing.
Excuse me,
No,
Obama
let me
left
finish.
office.
No, but it's
this
his thing.
This is the budget they did
Yeah.
last year
Continuing
while he was
resolution.
still president. This was a continuing resolution. They continue it till the end of September, and then they do the new one.
It's not Trump's real first
It's
budget
not
yet.
technically his first
But you're
budget.
still making
No,
excuses.
Ryan failed. I'm not
Over
going to
and
I'm
over
not-
So
and
then say
over.
Paul Ryan is your pet peeve of the week.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean,
Go.
obviously, I know he works out his muscles in a gym. I
we're
know
all very
he does
impressed
this,
by that.
but I know he doesn't work on his spine. And maybe he
He's a complete
should try to.
incompetent,
Maybe,
bought and sold for a waste of space.
No, all of Washington is.
Yeah, you're right.
How many times have I told you that Trump's biggest problem is going to be his own party?
That's something that several months ago was Bruce was in your seat, Bruce Apar, and it was you, and you know, we were all talking, and you and Bruce had agreed that, well, the one thing you say about Republicans is that they all come together and all toe the party line, and I said you guys have it the opposite. I gave some examples. This is a perfect example.
Yes.
The Republicans own everything, and they can't agree on anything.
Absolutely.
On a budget, on health care.
And who are they
can't agree.
blaming? The Democrats.
They can't agree on anything. They are
who
just
are they
so
blaming?
separated.
Let me
It's
get to my-
unbelievable.
let me go to it,
This
Don,
would
'cause
never happen.
I'm
It didn't
being
happen to
rude to you,
Obama when
Dominic,
he had
and I
both houses.
apologize on the air. My pet peeve
Yeah.
are the Beeline bus system, that because they're so big, they feel they don't need to signal that they're coming into a lane. They don't feel they necessarily actually have to stop at a stop sign.
We have a cabbie
Are
who's
you talking
complaining about.
Are you talking about
driving
now the
habits.
regular bus or the one that's got the double?
No, the
with
regular
that
bus.
accordion thing in the
tell you
middle.
what
You
happened.
just don't like that the bus exists because it's your business.
No, I'm going
He's
to tell you
anti-mass
what
transit.
Oh,
happened.
he is.
He's got the right to have his own
He's got
bus.
skin in the game, as Biden would say.
Just to put a point on it today.
Yeah.
Today. We're at the train, everybody's leaving the train. Everybody's leaving the train. People are coming out Railroad Avenue onto Hudson.
In Peekskill. Tell people
at the
where we are.
Peekskill train station.
Down the riverfront.
Right at the riverfront. So people are coming out of Railroad Avenue onto Hudson. People are coming across the southbound tracks onto Hudson.
This is really holding the audience.
Let me finish. On coming down South Water Street is a Beeline bus. She jumps the stop sign to make the left-hand turn and then make the right under, but she cannot do it.
Shouldn't you be talking to Eric Johansson instead of us about
Well,
this?
I got to tell you.
Or
And so
Astorino.
now
Western
she
County.
has
That's
now
true.
blocked anybody from going up. So now the traffic is backed up over the tracks. If that gate comes down and the train's coming, nobody can move because she jumped the thing on a turn she could not make. And I'm looking at her and she's mocking me. And I said, "You're the dumber than a sack of hair." I said, "You blocked 4 lanes of traffic on a turn you had no business making. And if that gate comes down..."
Forget it. You're there for 45 minutes.
Right, but somebody's going to die because the train's not going to stop in time.
Well, maybe he'll take the bus.
Yeah, right.
And I see this is not an aberration. And, they
So
talk
you-
about cab
So you've
drivers.
seen this before.
Yes, they talk about cab drivers. Cab drivers are saints compared to the Beeline bus drivers. In fact, I think they should abolish the Beeline system.
along with the county government.
Get rid of the
it.
buses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. My taxes have to subsidize my competition. Nobody subsidizes me.
So for
rid of
all
the
you
mass
100,000 of users of the Beeline system,
Take taxis.
to walk.
That's right.
You are his pet peeve of the
Of
week.
the month. Okay, Darren, what's your pet peeve?
No. Oh yeah, but
Listen, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going with you. I'm saying.
Beeline bus.
No. Metro North. So this morning.
Well, there was a water
you
main
and my-
break
A what?
in Croton on Hudson that caused the big delays.
Oh, this morning.
Yeah.
Because that. So okay. So I'm.
So it should be the Croton DPW that you don't like.
I'm standing there waiting for my train, right? And the bus
And
blocks.
this Beeline bus goes by.
And that's why I don't take the bus. They're dangerous. So I'm waiting for my train, and as you're sitting there, you go walking up to our beautiful riverfront.
It is
and
beautiful.
you look out over the Hudson River.
1 second. Take a second. What they
And
did.
you see Indian Point,
And
and
you
you see
know
the
what- look,
barges.
no, you
When
know
someone
what
jumps
they
off the
did
Bear
with that
Mountain.
When you
riverfront
stand
is
at
an
our-
amazing.
when you
From 20
stand-
years ago when I started,
Yeah.
that
Oh, it is
riverfront
beautiful.
But when you
is
stand on our
great.
station, right? You're
Great
at our
job.
train station.
Thank you,
Directly
Mary
in
Foster.
front of you. What's in front
Whoever,
of you?
everybody, yes.
They got the mountains.
Yes,
No,
absolutely.
no.
That took
In front of the
7
station?
years of
Andy,
planning and money.
I'm
and-
agreeing
and-
with you.
Andy.
Yeah.
Our
Okay.
train station, right? When you're standing on the actual platform, between the platform and the park is complete crap.
There
it's,
is?
It's Metro North, and it's a
Oh, yeah.
it's a
You always
work
get that, though.
yard.
Yeah,
But
you always
that's
get that.
Work yard.
You
That's
can't get away
beyond
from
our
that.
And it's
control.
littered,
Right,
Yeah.
and it's overgrown, and they have tools.
They're
and
all
they have
union
abandoned
Union
things.
Democrats.
Well, no, because what happens is they
It's
insist
where-
that that's
it's-
live track.
It's where the
That's
mafia,
li-
it's where
'cause
the
there's a track
mafia
there, you
hides
know?
their bodies.
It's awful.
Because they know nobody's going to
Oh, so they had a good. so they
Katona,
had a-
Katona, where I grew up, is also on. It's on the Harlem line, and you know take it down to the city. You go through Katona and Chappaqua and all these nice areas. But when it's like wow, nobody lives. Nothing as good as near the train tracks.
Yeah.
Because when you look out either side of the window, at least on the Harlem line, it is.
Metro,
awful.
Metro
It is
North
disgusting.
is
As
soon as
supposed
you get down
to
to
Metro
Yonkers
North is
and
supposed to
that
clean
the
that,
back
and they
end of it,
don't.
sure.
Now listen,
Yeah.
if you
That's,
really
that's
want,
my
if
pet
you
peeve.
really want,
and then as I'm
he's not
thinking,
done.
I'm thinking how crappy the Metro North keeps their area
Yes, they
at
do.
our riverfront, and then they announce that the train is delayed.
Yes.
Now, I was really.
And weren't there delays earlier in the week too, or a couple days
Yeah.
ago? A lot of
Yeah.
delays.
Well, listen,
well, nothing's as much as
and,
Amtrak
and
though.
they just raised the fees.
at least
well,
they're
they're
wait,
raising
at
the
least
price.
Metro North is
It's not Amtrak.
consistent because
It's
I've
not
heard
Amtrak.
I've heard
Amtrak's
how
a
they
mess.
keep their restrooms on the trains. Crappy. So
Oh, my pet peeve is your jokes.
no, but anyway, seriously.
All right, so can I
You
get to my
gotta-
pet peeve? Whoa, wait a minute.
I
You
want
take
you
the pet peeve.
to. I want him to
You know,
do
there were
like-
4 musketeers, not
Right,
3.
but I want him to do like Mike Morey does. Mike Morey does a daily rundown of the.
He does? On Facebook?
On Facebook. When he's taking the train, when he's in town, he takes
Oh,
the train.
yeah,
He does
yes.
this daily rundown of how miserable.
Yeah, whenever there's problems, yes.
Metro North is
Yes.
that particular
Yeah,
day.
he shows a scene with 100,000 people.
Complete
in Grand
with
Central.
pictures. So when Mike Morey's not
All
in
right.
town, I expect you to take over.
I will start taking photos,
Yes.
and I will post them on my. Stay tuned. I'll post them on my Facebook page.
You ever see Vince
Whenever I'm
Landers
angry.
Jr.? He's a Facebook. He's a conservative. He's a Peekskill guy. He does a lot of like videos of him walking. He train guy all the time, and he complains too about. He takes photos, so maybe similar to Maury, although on the opposite side of the.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that
spectrum.
the fellow that used to complain about the horns early in the morning and late at night?
I have no idea.
They should
about that.
put the train yard. They should keep the train yard, right? I understand that that's a live track on that side, on the riverside, and it ends right there at our station.
You want them to clean up their act a
No,
little
I
bit.
want them to end the track, the train yard track, up by the Peekskill Yacht Club.
Why don't they
And then
just
let the rest of
no,
it
I'll
just-
tell you what.
just
they
not
should
be
end
live
it
track.
in the town of Cortland.
I'm sure they have it for a reason.
They should
Because
end it in Cortland.
They should end it in Cortland because they're a sewer anyway. But anyway, what
Entergy and
All right,
Cuomo agree.
So, you know what?
What's your pet
Hey,
peeve?
transportation seems to be the motto tonight.
Don't say about the airlines, please.
So no. So my pet peeve is, what the hell is going on North Division Street for the past
Oh, God, yeah.
5 months now?
Mary Foster.
Mary Foster, nothing. Frank
when in
Catalina.
doubt, just blame Mary
Jesus,
Foster.
I mean, no, seriously.
Donald Trump?
I spoke to a secretary, a former secretary in the city of Peekskill. She said we had a habit of whenever there was any sort of big construction projects going on, we used to tell, especially Con Ed or whatever utilities, one street at a time. They have destroyed Peekskill.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're all over the
I'm not
place.
talking about just North Division because
Nelson
that's a major
Avenue?
hub.
Nelson Avenue's a horror show.
the backside off of
You're talking about Con Ed now.
whoever they are.
Whoever's
I don't know
carrying
the
out
hell-
the road.
It's
Yeah.
utilities in
It's not
general,
the city of Peekskill,
but it is the Con Ed. But they have the city forefathers have to be able to call them up and say, guys, do one at a time.
Well, we had an ex-council
and if
member.
it's gonna
How did
be
it work?
4 or 5 months at a time, then block the damn street off and set the routes and let, because you're standing in the morning. It's taking a half an hour
Well-
to get to work.
well, wait a second.
Which should take 10 minutes.
Now, what's
5 at the
worse
most.
is that they're going into rush hour.
Right.
They backed up traffic
That's
on the
the
Bear
worst.
Mountain
Yeah.
Parkway,
Bear Mountain Parkway
all the
is-
way
is
past Highland
impossible.
going, and then trying to get off because they did the division. It is not safe.
It's safe. I've already gotten 2 flat tires from just those. Try just driving on it, even on a Sunday morning.
try the speed
It's
limit.
It's speed limit.
Try the speed limit.
People are slowing down to 4. They're literally stopping at every one of these.
That's
And
to
there's gotta
avoid
be-
you.
And there's got to be 100 of them over there. It's ridiculous.
So as
They have to.
what
pay
can the
for
council
fix.
do?
Well,
How does it work?
We passed a resolution saying that now when they apply for a permit to rip up
the city of
street,
Peekskill.
they also have to pay to repair it.
Right.
But that's not addressing the issue.
Right.
So we never address the issue. What I guess the answer would be that the Department of Public Works has to be more cognizant when this is happening, because the city of Peekskill is just kind of approving permits.
Right.
And so construction has to happen.
What could the DPW
repairs
do
have to
about
happen.
it?
You
They have to
limit.
figure out how to either stagger it or,
Right.
or be
Move
cognizant
traffic somehow?
of.
Why? Listen.
Or not to give
why
them permits
do-
at a certain
listen,
time?
There's
or
only
to
one.
say, we have one person already working on that street. You're going to be the ancillary street that's going to be affected
Right.
with higher volume traffic
Right.
because you're working over there. We're going to hold off on your permit for a couple of months.
So, for example,
that's really hard to do because
for-
these are private companies that need to
So,
make
so
money.
for
And you assume
example,
they need to do
when
the
they
work.
come in on North
yeah,
Division,
because
which
there's
is a major
customers
hub,
dependent on
Right,
them to
they
finish doing
shouldn't
the
be
work.
doing
then you
Nelson.
shouldn't be doing Nelson because
Right.
that's what's going to take up the slack. Now they've even thrown in Broad Street on top and all those
I'll
little
give you a
side
better
streets
one.
in between.
They've also
you
gotten
can't
that-
get in on. You can't get into Peekskill.
Let me tell
and
you,
businesses are starting
They've
to get
also
affected.
gotten Decatur.
Mine included.
They've got North Division, Nelson,
Yeah.
Decatur.
Right.
Because I took a lady up to Decatur today. I had to go all the way to Phoenix.
Right.
And come up and go down
That's a long
and
drive,
around.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I had to go to the other. And by the time I got to Phoenix, she was waiting. But
But it's
only Dominic will remember
But,
that song.
and you know what? And I can understand. Look, even if they've got to do these things, do it in a way where they started at Save-A-Lot, then they started off the other end of Highland, then they went to the middle on Warren, and then they started to go into the side streets.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, guys, what the hell? You can't the cars, you can't even drive over them now. That's how bad they are. We're not talking at the end of the day when they put the metal plates on top of one another where it's a smooth
Right, go boom,
transition.
boom, boom, boom.
There are now like 5-6 inch differences where cars are just
You know
they
what
have to
might
stop.
you
It's
know
a
what
danger.
what might help? Maybe if some local news outlet that covers like the city of Peekskill.
Yeah.
If they
Maybe if they could take pictures
Well, and
like,
maybe shine a
like,
light on
like
it.
stand in
I
the
mean,
middle
I
of
don't
this
know.
and
You guys
rush
should tell
hour.
Mary McCarr about that. That's a good idea. She might want to.
But maybe we need a local news outlet. Maybe we should. Does anybody know anybody that's
Rick Pizzulo.
that's connected with like somebody that covers Peekskill?
You know what another pet peeve is that people come to me with?
Hey,
And it's not only in
one
in
per
Peekskill.
show.
They gotta
I guess
pay.
my third.
One,
they gotta
one
pay.
per show.
No, not with the site. You,
Oh,
You
you
pay
asked for
wall.
repetitive.
yeah, that's whatever.
Are we talking about Paul Ryan
Oh
now?
my God! Did you see
Not
what I
yet.
posted about?
No, but I thank you for that.
yeah, but I mean,
Thank you.
People were texting me.
Right, because it was a big store and people just lost their mind.
People were, like,
that they,
mad.
Yeah, that they had.
That they
You
had
have
to
to-
pay.
that you
See,
know
you're
what?
not allowed to make money.
I know, it's ridiculous. All these,
Yeah.
so many people in Peekskill say they're for the little guy and this and that. They got to pay $2 a month and they lose their mind on Facebook like morons.
Well, why don't you just drop your pants and show them you're the little guy?
And then they'll pay?
Then they'll pay.
I
To have you
might
put
do
your
it.
pants
And we'll
back
talk
up.
about
Next
the
show,
park.
I'll do it right on the table.
And the next pet peeve is going to be about the parking situation.
Right.
The parking
Right.
situation is out of control.
But a lot of these things are brought up at council meetings,
Yeah.
and there's never any real resolution.
Resolution
To it.
to
No,
it,
no pun
yeah.
intended. But real quick, another thing that people come to me with, and Yorktown just did something about it, is that when the utilities replace the power line poles,
Right.
that they either have like a quarter of a pole or a whole pole. The old pole is still hanging with the new one.
Oh, yes, yes.
And it makes this eyesore, danger.
Yes, yes.
And
Yeah,
utilities
Yorktown
never.
passed an ordinance
Right,
that
Yorktown did.
They got to clean up and start paying a
Things
fine.
in Sandy are still hanging around.
Yeah.
I
Grace
know.
said.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, what they
And we
did is
passed,
they
we passed
yeah.
the ordinance that in addition to just paying up for a permit, they now have to fix the entire. Not just they can't just patch either. You can't just.
No, I
do
remember
patch.
that. That was
You have
recent or last year, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. I was still on the council when
Right.
we passed it, so they have to
Right.
fix the entire kind of area of the road that they affected.
Yeah,
and
but
tore
I
up.
have found that they're actually taking.
The problem that you
bids.
guys are talking about is placement,
They're
like allowing them.
See, but they
Right,
had to
logistics.
hold off.
Logistics.
They had to hold off refilling up the holes they're creating because they're taking bids from organized crime that.
Well, as an Italian,
that
Italian,
they
you would
will
know.
bury the bodies for a nominal fee and then just pave over it. And nobody's ever going to dig it up because that only the company that owns that pipeline can dig it up. But they're going to bury the
until the next time they dig up the pipe.
right. But that's why it takes so long for them to fill up the holes because they're waiting for somebody to
Hey, did
become
the Italian American
fertilizer.
Club close?
They're for sale.
It's been for sale for a while,
They've
right?
been for sale. Actually, there has already been an accepted offer. However, it's taken quite some time for the fellow
Why
to
are
get
they
the
out of
permits.
Italian Americans in Peekskill?
They what?
Not
Are they
anymore.
out of Italian Americans?
They-
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Have you seen the rolls lately?
Yeah.
They're all dead.
are gone.
Check the pipeline.
Club membership for everything is declining.
Check the pipeline.
All these.
Everyone's just social media and everything.
You name it. The American Legion, the Veteran Foreign Wars, the Elks, the
Masons.
Lions
The
Club,
church.
the church,
Everything.
the Italian American Club,
if
you
you
name it. Every one of them, they're all.
If you live long enough,
Tradition.
You know which
It's
ones?
dying.
You know which ones have survived are the ones that actually no longer have a residence, a place of business
So they've
in a
gotta
sense,
pay.
because it ends up that all the fundraising that you do is actually just to keep the place open,
Yeah.
and you don't have any money to do any of the community events like we used to be. Like I remember when I first started with Christopher Columbus, we used to fundraise 40, 50,000.
What year are you talking about approximately?
Oh, we're talking 2000.
So not that long ago.
2005 to I stayed there until 2013 maybe, like that was the last time. And we used to raise 50,000. That was just to keep shop.
Yeah.
We used to give like $4 $1,000 scholarships every year to the kids. Then we had to cut that down to 500. The ambulance corps, the police, whatever we could, gone. It was just to keep the place open.
One of the good things that's going, well, one thing that's going away that is good would be ESPN.
Oh, I was happy to hear
they're
that.
struggling.
I love it.
Yeah.
Go
they're
away.
struggling,
They
yes.
fired like 100 anchors.
Yep, and they
Yeah.
need to do about 300
Their
more.
mistake was not sticking to their mission statement, which is sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got way too
Well,
political.
you know
It's
what?
funny.
The money was
There's,
coming
there's,
in.
there's, there's a couple things. That's one of them.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
also the change dynamics of how people watch TV.
Right,
and
but
stuff.
still, I mean, even Rush Limbaugh was talking about. He says you leave political talk to the political talk specialist.
Yeah.
Right.
You leave sports to the sports specialist.
And it became,
Uh,
it's probably
he
sound,
says-
it
he
became
says,
a
but-
hip hop thing.
He
It was
said,
just
but
ridiculous.
Rush always had a running joke on his show, don't try this at home.
Right.
He says, well, you see ESPN tried it at home and look what happened.
Yeah.
You know, you can't, it is not, people into sports for that moment, whatever it is. You know,
It's like an escape from the real
right,
world.
they don't
Right.
want it.
They don't want to hear about
It's
politics.
like the comedy shows that killed
Yep.
themselves off because they started giving a message.
But you know that
Nobody watches a comedy show for a lesson in life.
Wrong. Now I think that a Saturday Night Live and Samantha Bee, who I didn't know who she was until you mentioned her months ago, but especially like Saturday Night Live, I think those become weekly therapy sessions for liberals.
No, no, I'm not-
Because
but-
all I see on Facebook and hear about people who don't like Trump is all they do is go on about how great Saturday Night Live is. I'm like, that's nice, but it's pretend.
No.
But they love it's drawn
No, but you're
so many
missing my
people
point.
to it.
I'm talking about like when Roseanne, her first 3 seasons were great.
That's your
Then
favorite show, isn't it?
What, the first 3 seasons?
Of Roseanne, yeah.
Then she decided she was going to be a champion for the women's issues. Nobody watched Roseanne for
Right,
this.
right.
Designing Women, Murphy Brown. They ruined their shows after a couple of seasons because they got away from what they were supposed to be comedy. The reason why Cosby, Married with Children, Golden Girls, MASH, all these shows lasted for as long. It was comedy. It
Right.
was to make you to forget about.
Yeah, right.
We
was
have it
the
everywhere we look
escape.
now. We don't
Yeah.
want any more of
You
it.
know,
Well, look at
like
at
I love
anymore.
westerns. I love westerns. A great western. Gunsmoke. Guy shoots another guy. Dylan comes in. Why did you kill him? He needed killing. Great line. Great thing. That black and white justice. There's no, well, maybe they
Come here,
just-
Miss Kitty.
Well, that was
needed
like
killing.
that was like the San Francisco quarterback Colin Kaepernick when he
Right,
did the
it-
kneel. That you could see it turned off a lot of fans. They
He's
stayed
still
up- they-
unemployed, right?
Yeah, he's still with San Francisco. But
I thought he was unemployed.
No, he's still with them. They tried to get rid of him. No one wanted him.
I think
You had
Brian's right. I
sports.
think
You had
that-
sports reporters insulting. Tom Brady has to give us the reasons why he likes Trump. What are you talking about? It's a free country. It doesn't owe you
People
anything.
are watching
I think it's
football,
crazy.
basketball, baseball,
Yeah.
not to get to hear that Trump bashing or whatever issue bashing.
All right, so with 30 seconds
but
left,
Brian's right, just
will
it's
the Yankees
24/7.
or the Mets have a better record at the end of the year?
Oh my God.
That's an
Mine-
easy
well,
one.
I take the same bet. Whatever.
Come on, we've been doing it for 10 years.
Right,
This year.
so I'm saying the Yankees.
All right, what's the number?
No, it's just who wins the most games.
Oh, okay,
No
just
over
They-
under.
okay.
it's whoever wins
Okay,
the most
The
games.
Yankees are just a pleasant surprise this year.
Wait a second.
And the
This
Mets
is
are Ponce come.
whoa. How can we do this a month into the season? You have to do this before the games are played, everybody. You can't start.
They're both. One is
I'm going with
12 and
Yankees.
14. The other one
It's
is
only
14
Yankees
about
have
and
the
second.
best or second best record in
That ain't
baseball.
gonna
The Mets
last
are like
long.
last
That
place.
ain't gonna last
second.
long.
The Mets will not have a better record than the Yankees. I'm a Met fan. I'm going to a Met game in 2 days. They won't.
Oh, I'll bet you on that. $10.
$10.
Okay.
So you're going to the Met game, huh?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, on Saturday night.
When is
Why
this?
do
It's gonna be 50 degrees and raining, but it's
when
going
is the
great.
Stanley Cup final? Is it in June?
June, yeah, late June.
Don't the Mets
Same
have-
time the NBA Finals is up.
Is it 4th of July weekend? Is
All
that?
right,
No, it's over by
pathetic
then.
enough
Thank
without
God.
you being there to remind them how pathetic they are.
He's going to be the only guy up in left field.
Me and my girl will be shivering in the rain.
Are you going to post pictures on